That's the plan to get relevant. Like in South Africa, if you don't have a marketing plan, just say Cassper's name. And then my fans are gonna ask me about it, then I'm gonna say something, then they're gonna post it and say, you see, this nigga's talking about me, whereas you spoke about me first. So
Well, here we are again. Cassper Nyovest is beefing with another podcaster, and he seems to be using the same old playbook of claiming that people are using his name for views. And it's starting to seem like the opposite. It actually looks like he is the one going on his platform, starting beefs with podcasters so that he stays relevant in 2025, which is a new low for Cassper. But these podcasters are not taking it laying down. They're fighting back.
How old is Nyovi?
Almost 40 now.
Almost 40.
Yeah. And he's behaving like that.
It's actually interesting that Cassper seems to claim that people are using his name for clout. When in fact, when he went on the LTD podcast, called out Soul, A. Reese, and even mentioned he would like to fight against McG, it actually looks like he is the one who is trying to use controversy for views. When you compare to a podcast that Bruce, the streamer, attended, you notice that in the same period of time, without mentioning any names or starting any beefs, that episode managed to gain 600,000 views. Makes you think a little bit. Mto continuing to make a very good example of how DJ Maphorisa is viewed as a bad guy in the music industry, but he seems to help people from time to time. With a very good example, Melinda, the vocalist, who was on the Piano Pulse recently.
We have Pori, who people say he takes, but we also hear voices of people saying he's a giver.
Yeah.
Then we have Cassper Nyovest, who's a taker, but why don't we hear people saying good things about him? Brawam, and to tell you, if he says my bread stinks, if I'm the problem, why is he the only one people always have issues against? McG has a quarrel with Cassper. AKA had a quarrel with Cassper. Ricky Rick had a quarrel with Cassper. MT, but A-Reese, they have a quarrel with Cassper. Now it's me. Doesn't it hit his head to think that there's something wrong he's doing?
It's always about him and his name and how his name always brings views. That's all he ever talks about. I think it's time for Cassper to wake up and smell the coffee. It's not 2015 anymore. It's not AKA versus Cassper anymore. It's the new age. The age of podcasters is the age of streamers. And he needs to be able to collaborate better with these people instead of trying to start beef with them because nobody is interested.
I don't go out there belittling youngins who are trying to do their thing. You know what I mean? So I get touched because I'm a human being, bro. It's simple.
As a person who's been gifted the star
Of the country.
for the country, you have a responsibility to give back.
And
You understand? And that's all we're asking from him. Not to come and tell me, Ungumfana, you're a lighty. Got the number.
Kaufela lona. Akile tsabe, jealous ladies. Alma la lona, molenze what, wena umfana.
You've been gifted the gifts, appreciate it. Don't be hitting your chest saying you're the guy. I don't want to be like you, bro. Ooh, it's so wrong for you. And bro, he gives me vibes. You know that uneducated guy who likes arguing and saying, yeah, but at least I'm rich. At least I'm rich. That's the only argument he can say. You understand? I did not even criticize him once. I said I feel like you're selfish. Wait, bro.
Yeah.
If he was having a proper argument, he would have said, hey, bro, come, let's have a chat. That's what we're asking for. What's the point of saying my mouth stinks? What's the point of saying you are rich, you have money, 1, 2, 3? That's dumb, bro. And if you're gonna go around saying you're a child of God with all that arrogance, my pen, come on, dog. That was very disappointing for me. I've given Cassper his flowers so many times. Even people know it. That one time I say, I think you're selfish, is attacking me, 1, 2, 3. Stupid boy.
Conclusion.
It's fair to say Mto did not hold back here. Cassper Nyovest is so used to people kissing his ass that he has completely lost touch with reality. I agree with everything that Mto is saying, but calling Cassper a stupid boy is just something I did not see coming. But let me know in the comments, do you think Cassper deserved it? I also found it very weird that a 34-year-old, instead of arguing his points and debating like a mature person is expected to, he instead resorts to name calling, saying that Mto's breath stinks. When you sit down and think about it, you actually realize that he's the one who is using people's names for views and insulting them with weak insults that do not have fact.
You need to know how to manage your own ego. You know, a lot of people want to play big and you end up missing a point. You end up missing up on opportunities because in that moment, you couldn't just shrink your ego a little bit and allow the alpha in that situation to be alpha. I don't know. That's just how I've gone through my life. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the chat. If you are always bosses wherever you go, you know, when I'm at the Grootman's Kintwana, and I understand that. Not to say that I agree with everything that the Grootman say, but Kintwana, and I address the Grootman as Ntwana. And it's something that you niggas don't know how to do. That's why you have big bosses there in your broke state. You can't get anywhere. You don't get the opportunities because you make people feel uncomfortable. Because you're a boss already, so what can I help you with?
The thing with Cassper is that he thinks that because he made it already, he has made it in life and he has done so many things in the music industry that everybody must just go with whatever flow that he decides that you must go with. That is not the case. People have their own opinions, people have their own views, and I think he's a narcissist to even think that this should be the case. I do understand that you must respect your elders, of course, but that doesn't mean that he must go around calling people names. If you are an adult and you're calling people names, you're going to lose the respect of the young ones. He has to be respectful as well for them to be able to show respect to him.
You must understand who you are in the room. In some rooms, I'm a nice boy. In some rooms, I'm the boss. In some rooms, I'm the Ntwana. In some rooms, I'm the short collar. In some rooms, I am a big shot. In some rooms, I'm getting shot at. You gotta know, you know, and you gotta play your part when you're in those rooms. A lot of people wanna be Grootmans in a room where they're supposed to be ice boys. A lot of people want to be ice boys in a room where they're supposed to be Grootmans. It doesn't work either way, you know?
It's good
And
faith,
there's
bro.
something that pissed me off that he said. Manipulative bastard. You know what he said? He says, yeah, you must come to me for advice. If you want to build your brand like this, that's not the way.
You trying to get to where I am. You know what I'm saying? If you want advice, I can give you advice. That's definitely not the way to do it.
Guys, if you want to build your brand like this, that's not the way. He's acting like he is the entertainment industry. Bro, we can grow having a problem with you alone. Don't make yourself like you are the whole industry. He made it seem like we go around talking shit about people and he's insinuating that, hey, bro, you're not going to build your brand talking like that. Bruh, I said you're selfish. If you are not selfish, answer that. Don't say my mouth stinks, bro. Don't say you rich, Kiliba Fana. That's childish for your age, bro. It's giving ponytail days, bro.
What I'm told just said right here supports the statement I said earlier on. It's very difficult for the young ones to respect you if you also do not show any respect. Now, Cassper wants to be the big bro in the situation and give advice and tell them you do it like this or you do it like that. But he is not watching his own actions. Sometimes you have to lead by example. And in this situation, Cassper has not done that.
Also responded to a comment that said if he was to be in the ring with you, he will murder you, bro.
I would screw that guy over. In a ring with Cassper wearing gloves. The only thing he can do better than me is rapping, and that's because I don't sing.
I have to admit, I think Mto would lose a fight to Cassper Nyovest, considering the weight difference. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Cassper Nyovest would win this fight, or Mto would win the fight?
If you are, if there's any human being in you, if there's any form of humility, come, let's have a chat. We're down to chat with you. I was just disappointed with the manner of response. If you want to come to the pod, we can come to your stream. I want to open that thing because it did say, come give you advice. If you leave room for that, let's rock. It's fine.
Let him
but, bro,
give
you
us
must
the
also
advice.
think, why do people always hate you? You must think about that too, dog, before you... You must reason like that, bro.
I do respect Mto a lot for inviting Cassper Nyovest to the podcast so that they can air out their differences and have a chat. But I doubt that Cassper Nyovest will be pulling up to that podcast because of his ego. But get in the comments, let me know what you think. And if you have reached this point of the video, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Goodbye.
I'm a human being. It doesn't matter how famous, rich you are, you do get disrespected. And